Слава Україні!
Hello comrades and welcome to MOWAS2 Tutorials. This tutorial is going to be on porting buildings from one mod to another. There was a request before that one on how, on how to merge backpacks to body armor, or glasses slash goggles to helmets. There's a way to replicate it to make it look like it's attached to each other, but unfortunately merging it as one entity requires 3ds Max, which I have, but it also requires the know-how. Unfortunately, I don't have that. There are a few good tutorials on 3ds Max. Unfortunately, they're either in Russian or they require scripts that they show you how to install, but they don't show you how to run or how to use those scripts. Unfortunately, they just already have it up and you know, running. So unfortunately at this time I can't do anything with that. I'm still trying to figure out props, so unfortunately I do apologize that I can't complete your request for now, at least. Hopefully in the future I can get a nice solid tutorial on that eventually. But yeah, just get that out of the way. Alright, back to the tutorial at hand. So we go to the mod that we want to put our buildings or ported buildings into. So in this case we are moving Dawn of the Dead buildings to Warway, and as you'll notice I have two Warways. I have Warway and Warway Test. Warway Test is the edited version where I kind of mess around with different entities, guns, and buildings without affecting the main mod on Steam. I guess another quick tangent we'll go off on is if you're editing a mod, like say you want to add something and so forth, like I'm doing right now, and then when you start the mod, all of a sudden it's deleted and removed each time. That's because the game is launching the mod version, or the Steam version of that mod. It's not uploading the file version of that mod. So, you know, for example, if I added these buildings to Warway, they're not going to appear because Warway, the Steam version of Warway, doesn't have these buildings. So, yeah, to any of you that's wondering, you know, hey, I added this skin, I added this building, I added this flag, but it's not appearing, that's why. Make sure you make a copy, so that way you can edit without any Steam uploads affecting this direct copy. Alright, on to it. So now we're going to go back to the mod. We're going to go to another mods folder. So we have our DOD folder, our DOTD folder. We're going to go to Dawn of the Dead. We're going to go to Resources. We're going to go to Assets Pack. And then we're also going to get Textures, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to minimize that. We're going to go to Entity. We're going to Dawn of the Dead. Construction 90s, ALC Team, Buildings, and we'll do NY Building 2. Gonna drag, we're gonna drop. Okay, simple enough. Now, here we're gonna do, just like with helmets, body armor, and other, or like even weapons and vehicle files, we're gonna go on the def folder, and see this here, in parentheses. We're just gonna delete it, because for whatever reason the mod won't read that specific parentheses line of code. Now, there are certain other files that you can find that'll make sure that line of code gets read or at the least ignored. But in this case we're not going to do that because that shit takes a while, and I don't really know a whole lot too much just yet. So we're going to save. And then we're going to go to LandDef, and LandDef is it's essentially the building as well, but instead of just being a building, it now has a land platform that you can stand soldiers on top of the building. So we're just going to go here, and we're going to delete, and we're going to save. And then we're going to launch the game, and it might take a minute, it might not, so I will probably make a cut in the video, and yeah, so when it says, you know, mounting Steam mods from Workshop, this could take a few seconds, it could take several minutes. There's just no way. Oh, It's actually several seconds, so I don't need to cut the video. But yeah, yeah, when it says that, sometimes it'll take several minutes. Don't close out, don't panic or anything. It's just, for whatever reason, being the weirdness that it is. So, since it loaded so quickly, I was actually not really expecting that with how quick. Yeah, so now we have NY Building 2. And here we go. So we have the building, and then we go down, and now it's a land. So that way we can put stuff on top of it. And I'll quickly demonstrate. Go human. Cause, yeah, so you see how we can put a guy on top of here? Oh. Oh wait, no, okay. I guess it's because it's not part of a map or something. Anyway, long story short, one of those has a platform where the guys can stand on top of, the other one doesn't, so yeah, it's weird. Anyway, yeah, so that is how you port a building into the mod, but as you noticed, they are black and white checkerboard, right? So what we do now, we're going to exit out, and what we're going to do is, as I showed in the last videos, I'm going to go base MTL. So here we got entourage, buildings, NY building 02. So this is where the texture folder comes into play. Actually, we don't really need this folder anymore anyway. So, yep, okay. A lot of folders. Anyway, yeah, we're going to go texture, and we're going to check on here, right? So entourage, new, buildings, NY building 2. So common, entourage, new, buildings, and then we're going to scroll down and we're going to look for NY building 2, right? Yeah, NY building 02. So see here, NY building, oh, that's 01. Yeah, here we go. Yep. Yeah, okay. So, alright, I'm sorry, this is going to be a little confusing at a moment, but, okay, so, as you'll see here in the texture folder, right? Oh, fuck. A little too far down. We're going to go back to here. So, as we see for base, we see diffuse, so we building 02. We're going to look for that one. We're also going to look for building 2 NM, and then building 2 SP. These are all important to have. So, these ones with the hashtag, they're textures. So they're different colors of that building or different styles of that building. So you can drag and drop them, or you cannot. But just make sure at the very least you have what's called NM. So NM, SP, and building 2. These other ones we're going to take as well just because we want the additional textures. So what we're going to do, we're going to drag and drop, so now we have them in our folder. Now this is for the base MTL, so this is like for the the building itself. Yeah, this is for like the walls, essentially. Yeah, I guess walls and stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna delete those. So now it's gonna look just for those folders, and those folders are in the same file, so it's no longer gonna look for entity, model, common, so forth. So now it's just going to read straight to this file here. What we're going to do now is we're going to look, so we have base MTL, we did that one, but now we're going to look for any other MTL files. Now we have Windows MTL. These are the windows of the building. So building NY2 and environment, or env. So we already did that actually. So you see, these are the windows, and the windows are already moved. So since we already dragged and dropped those, all we have to do now is delete that part. And I'll just show you again. So delete that. We're gonna hit save. All right, we are going to minimize that. So again, look, as you see in here, we already have these files dragged and dropped into here. Just so you guys don't, get too confused or whatever. So Windows MTL is all set, and base MTL. And now we're just gonna launch the game again. hopefully this will be another quick process. It's always hard to tell with this game, but I feel it's quick. Oh, there it is. Alright, so now we're going to go to Construction New. We're going to go to Dawn of the Dead, Building 2, and look at that. We now have NYC Building, and as you can see, when I put something there, it's not going to float up. And then voila. And you know what? We'll take it a step further. Yes. Just so you guys can see what I mean by what I said earlier. Alright, so we got land, and then we got building. Alright, now we're gonna go to human. MP Georgians. And see how you can walk on top of the roof? And this is something that I love with Portese maps, is that these buildings with rooftops, a lot of people don't really seem to use or incorporate into their maps or even multiplayer maps. But Porty does a great job of adding it in. But as you can see here, you can just walk right through the building, which is another issue that I'll have to look into. But yeah, as you can see, he can't go up here. And he can't, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. If you need me to clarify things, I did make a community post for questions and stuff to consolidate, so that way I'm not clicking on a bunch of videos trying to find old comments asking for things. Actually, I will show that right now, really. So, alright comrades, I'm back. So what you do is you click on, you know, my Steam profile, or not my Steam, fucking YouTube profile, community, and here it is. Post all the comments and questions that you have here. It should be sorted by newest. Some weird ass fucking comment, but anyway, yeah, just again, I want to consolidate all questions and so forth to here, so that way I'm not again bouncing around from video to video, missing comments, and making you feel like I'm ignoring or trying to answer your question and then forgetting about it. I do genuinely forget, so it helps if you just post it here. That'll help me a lot. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and keep the questions coming. I'm always here. You can also ask me on Steam, you can ask me on Discord, and so forth. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.